KOB Eyewitness News 4 at 6.
Just because the temperatures aren't extremely hot or cold right now doesn't mean you should leave an animal locked in a vehicle. Police were called twice on Sunday after they say a man left his dog in his car in northwest Albuquerque. Our Joy Wang is live with the story. And Joy, this person works for New Mexico Game and Fish.
Yeah, Tom, Animal Control says Brian Guzman was cited for leaving his dog locked in his car. Now the state's Game and Fish Department says it's aware of the situation and Guzman is put on administrative leave. Police say when they got to this parking lot, it was 56 degrees outside. But inside Brian Guzman's car, Animal Control says it was a different story. A much hotter 90 degrees.
Once an animal is confined in a vehicle with the windows closed, within a matter of seconds, it can escalate 20 degrees. An animal can go into heat stroke, can die.
Thankfully, police and animal welfare officers say the German Shepherd puppy wasn't in distress, but that doesn't mean the animal wasn't in danger.
Several things can happen to the owner. Charges can be filed. It's a petty misdemeanor for having an animal locked in a vehicle. It can be up to a $500 fine or 90 days in jail, and it can also escalate to animal cruelty as a misdemeanor or as fourth-degree felony.
Sometimes the officer can confiscate the animal. She says Guzman has already gotten a ticket, but could also be facing other charges. That's because police say Guzman at first didn't want to provide his information to officers.
We are just there to be a buffer. But Animal Control is responsible for all dogs left in cars.
These types of calls are considered a priority, and people can either call 911 or 311 to report it.
First of all, don't leave your animals left alone in a vehicle. It's just like leaving a child. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't want to leave them unattended.
I did speak to Guzman today over the phone. He did not want to give us a statement. Live in the KOB parking lot, Joy Wang, KOB Eyewitness News 4.
Fists were thrown at an immigration rally in downtown Albuquerque a short time ago. As the crowds were clearing out at Civic Plaza, a fight erupted between several men, as you can see there. Hundreds of people originally gathered to protest President Trump's immigration policy. The protest was also in response to the ICE raids happening across the country. New tonight at 6, 2 Santa Fe police officers are in the hot seat for alleged separate and unrelated incidents. The Santa Fe New Mexican reports Sergeant Troy Baker is under investigation for postings on his Facebook page. Some of the alleged posts targeted Muslims, women, and immigrants. Baker currently serves as the head of the Santa Fe Police Officers Association. Another officer, Isaiah Anaya, is also being investigated. There are allegations Anaya made obscene drawings on a person while off duty at a house party. Santa Fe Police Chief Patrick Gallagher says the markings were inappropriate and offensive. The family of a mother and daughter killed in a hit-and-run crash are taking legal action. A wrongful death lawsuit has been filed against Paul Garcia and Alexis Groves. They are the double murder suspects who allegedly stole a van and crashed it into a family's car. That crash killed Shauna Arredondo Bowling and her 14-year-old daughter, Shaylee. The other defendants in the suit include the man who left the work van unattended and running, warming up in the morning, and his employer, M Electric. La Promesa Early Learning Center could be shut down in just about 3 weeks. The charter school's problem started in August when former executive director Annalee Maestas was accused of faking a receipt so she could have work done at her home. Maestas resigned and the PED took over the school's finances. This month, the state released results of an audit of La Promesa. Today, city and county leaders responded to the findings, and as Morgan Aguilar found out, they're still hoping to save the school.
He's 6, he's reading, he's writing and speaking in Spanish. And he never did that before.
Gloria Orona's grandson loves La Promesa Early Learning Center. He's one of nearly 400 students who may need to find a new school. The state released its audit of La Promesa February 8th. Based on that, the PED recommends the Public Education Commission hold a hearing to revoke La Promesa's charter. The audit finds several multi-year repeat findings and says the school hasn't made any progress in addressing them. The audit found several missing documents, unsigned purchase orders, late payments, and incorrect dates. But as of September, the school is under new leadership, and Executive Director Chris Jones says he's been working to pass new policies and improve bookkeeping.
I would think that it's important to have an objective look at what we have done, including a timeline and dates, and that's what we fully intend to do. I think it's very unfair to say that we've made no progress.
Jones feels he hasn't been given a chance to show the PED what they've been working on. Some city and county leaders argue the point of an audit is to show how the organization can improve.
I'm with the county commission. We've had audit findings of departments. We don't close departments.
But at APS, we use audits to have findings so we can assist to better serve our children. We never, ever at APS closed down a school.
The PED is expected to schedule a revocation hearing no later than March 15th. In the meantime, students, parents, and grandparents are trying to stay positive.
I thought about starting to look for a school, but I have faith and I have hope, and I think we're going to be back next year.
Morgan Aguilar, KOB Eyewitness News 4.
La Promesa received a C from the state in 2014-15. Last year, that was down to an F. And it has been very warm this February, and that has dried out the place.
Yeah, it did start off promising with the rain and snow in the mountains, but much of the state has dried out significantly over the past few days and weeks, which is why we have the fire danger returning for some locations beginning tomorrow. The areas in deep pink, including the Eastern Plains, Northeast Highlands, and even in central New Mexico, under red flag warning, meaning that any fires that develop will grow and spread rapidly due to several ingredients. One, warm conditions. We're still in the 70s across the Eastern Plains, including Roswell and Carlsbad, 60s in the metro, 50s up in Santa Fe. Then the wind, which will pick up tomorrow. Right now, still breezy east of the central mountain chain, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles an hour from Raton to Clines Corners, and then very dry conditions. Humidity anywhere from 15 to close to 30% out east, a little higher as you head toward the mountains, and it's going to be even drier. Tomorrow, we'll talk about that fire danger concern and what's ahead for the next 7 days in my forecast. Back to you.
Now to the Roundhouse, where a New Mexico lawmaker has withdrawn a bill to ban wildlife traps. Democratic Senator Pete Campos of Las Vegas says he's rewriting the proposal following criticism at a legislative hearing. Campos says revisions are likely to include more specific identification of recreational areas where trapping would be banned. He wants to consult with state game and fish regulators. A controversial art exhibit in downtown Albuquerque became the target of vandals overnight. The piece, called "He Will Not Divide Us," features a live streaming camera where visitors are encouraged to recite those words into the camera. Overnight, someone spray painted an X over the camera and also spray painted the message, "Reject false idols, do it." The art exhibit was created by actor Shia LaBeouf and two others. It originally started in New York City, but moved to Albuquerque after LaBeouf was arrested. Coming up at 6:30, we're going to take you live to the scene and speak to the woman who cleaned up the vandalism. The Water Authority is asking the Los Padillas neighborhood in the South Valley to refrain from flushing their toilets for one more day. This comes after crews discovered something blocking the sewer line. KLB reporter Jen French joins us with an update now, including what was causing the problem. Jen.
Tom, a spokesperson for the Water Authority, tells us some sort of foreign material got into the sewer line, possibly rags or grease. It's not clear. And how that material got into the sewer line, also not clear. But we're told this particular sewer line, backups can happen in the system at any time, regardless of how old that line is. This particular pipe, only 22 years old, and it was scheduled for some repairs in a couple of years.
It's hard. You're sitting there. Could I go to the bathroom? Can't even do that.
Residents furious. Also, the Water Authority tells us it's hard to anticipate sewer blocks like these because regular maintenance checks don't reveal them until it actually causes a problem. Now, though this is fixed for now, we're told by the Water Authority don't be flushing toilets, at least in the Los Padillas area, until Wednesday. Live in the newsroom, Jen French, KOB Eyewitness News 4.
Thank you, Jen. A drone is being blamed for spooking a horse which darted into a crowd of people in Silverton. The Durango Herald reports the incident took place during the ski joring race over the weekend. 2 women were hospitalized and a third man suffered a bloody chin. The sheriff's office is planning to ticket the drone pilot. You might want to think twice before buying a laptop on Craigslist. It could be evidence in a crime. Albuquerque police say this man walked into an Office Depot and took off with a $650 laptop without paying for it. That happened on December 29th on San Pedro near Paseo del Norte. If you know anything about this theft, you are urged to call police. A warning tonight from the New Mexico Gas Company. Officials say there's a caller claiming to be with the company. The caller reportedly threatens customers to wire an immediate payment or their gas service will be cut off. For more information on the scam, you can call the number you see right there on your screen. You can also go to KOB.com. Crime rates in one part of our state seem to be going down. As Leonard Tapia reports, Lee and Chavez counties have seen some significant decreases in violent crimes.
It's the kind of law enforcement report we like to hear. Crime is going down. Two counties, Lee and Chavez, are seeing fewer crimes in the past few years. County authorities attribute part of that to community cooperation and vigilance.
We have a very hardworking staff who works very hard to stop burglaries, and I think we've done a very good job helping to educate our public to help us.
Sheriff Snyder says burglary, larceny, and crimes against children are some of the areas where Chavez County has seen a significant decrease. In 2015, there were 253 reported cases of larceny. In 2016, those dropped to 177. Burglary fell from 212 cases in 2013 to 99 in 2016, an almost 73% drop in just 3 years. Officers have also made more arrests. Between 2014 and 2016, arrests have risen more than 200. Over in neighboring Lee County, the latest Sheriff Department figures show murder is down from 4 in 2013 to 1 in 2016. Robbery is also down from 5 cases in 2013 to 1 last year, and felony sex charges are down from 13 in 2013 to 5 in 2016. There has also been a significant increase in total arrests from only 751 in 2013 to 1,294 in 2016. County officials say they're now working even harder to keep these numbers down. Residents say their lawmen are doing a good job to serve and protect.
I think that if ever there is an incident that comes up, they handle it and they get to the bottom of it pretty quickly.
I think it's a great thing that our law enforcement is working so hard to make those numbers go down.
And Sheriff Snyder gives thanks for the help and support of the community.
I want to say how much I appreciate their help.
In Chavez County, Leonard Tapia, KOB, Eyewitness News 4.
Still added 6. Why are so many New Mexicans headed north to the Colorado state line? A look at the big attraction in a small town. And then coming up later in sports, our Lobo Insider gives us Lee's keys to beating Colorado State tonight.